Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly forecast for September 5th through the 11th. Please pardon my voice. As you can probably tell, I am very clearly under the weather. But we're going to connect here and see what messages are coming up for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising. I am setting the intention for the 5th through the 11th, but you might stumble upon this video in a few weeks, a few months, a few years. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate. So take what does, leave what doesn't. Without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what we have coming up here for our Gemini friends. Alrighty, we're going to lay out your cards, and I'm going to move the camera just a little bit closer, and we're going to get right on into it. First card coming up here for the collective is the Chariot. Now, this is a major arcana card, so even though I'm setting the intention here for a 7-day period of time, the major arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're at a significant crossroads or we're entering into a significant new chapter. It's a defining moment in our life. So even though I'm setting the intention for a 7-day period of time, major arcana energy is going to be around for a while. So whatever is happening for you in the next 7 days is setting the stage for a new period, like a new chapter, right? A defining time in your life. And the things that you're going through are directly connected to what you came here to experience and what you came here to master. Now, some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, or if you have a Cancer placement, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. This could be a card having to do with movement, transportation. Some of you may be manifesting transportation, or there may be some assistance around transportation problems. If some of you are having transportation issues or difficulties, you may be manifesting help or a resolution. And this is a card that comes up for me in my readings when you're coming into a time of choice and decision. Sometimes I see this card coming up because you're feeling stuck and you're like, okay, angels, okay, universe, I'm waiting for you to open the door. I'm waiting for you to tell me what to do. And in this particular situation, the life lesson for you is that you have free will. And in this particular instance, your angels and guides don't have permission to override your free will. What they have permission to do, or what they're assigned to do, is once you make the decision to get up and to help you succeed at what you're deciding you're gonna do. So they can't choose the door for you, but if you choose the door, they can help you. They can help you get it open. They can help you go through it. They just can't choose the path for you. So if you're feeling kind of stuck, or you're like waiting for a sign, when the Chariot card comes up, it's saying we need you to choose. We're not allowed to pick for you. I've said this before. This card always makes me think of the quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson when he said, once we make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. So it's a beautiful energy. And this is a time of movement. This is a time of change. It's like once you decide, things are going to happen. Things are going to move forward. I feel another thing that's happening here for a lot of you Geminis is you've been struggling with making a decision because you don't want to seem like the bad guy. Like you feel like, I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings, or like people are gonna feel sorry for this person, or people are gonna think I'm mean. But I feel for some of you Geminis, this is a situation where you're having to stand up for yourself. Uh, like I feel for a lot of you Geminis, you're breaking out of situations where you haven't been receiving credit, right? Or you haven't been receiving credit for what you've been doing, or you've been taken for granted. Like people don't really appreciate you, or they just kind of take things for granted. So I feel like a lot of you Geminis are breaking out of that energy, and you may be seeking independence or pulling away from certain places or certain groups. Like you're not hiding it anymore. Maybe before someone took advantage, or someone kind of like insulted you, or was catty in some kind of way. Like maybe you would just kind of sweep it under the rug, or you would just kind of pretend like, oh, whatever, I didn't hear that, or I'll just let it roll off my back, whatever. Like I feel like you're tired of doing that, and you have no problem of like distancing yourself. Like if you're not gonna appreciate me, or if you're not going to respect me, or if you're not going to give me credit, then you know what, I'm okay doing my own thing. So I feel here there's like maybe in the past you dealt with this stuff because you were scared of being by yourself, or you were scared of doing things alone. And now you're like, well, now I just feel weighed down. Now I just feel like I'm being slowed down, and I just want to get up and go. I want to be free. I want to be living my life. I don't want to be ignoring my feelings and my desires and my wants and my needs, because of people around me who like aren't even appreciating me. So I feel a sense of like breaking free with this chariot energy. Now, we are coming into Mercury retrograde starting on the 9th, I believe. And so there could be some conflicts with people, or you may just kind of be like looking back at the past and tallying things up and just being like, enough is enough. But there's a sense of like breaking free with this chariot card in this particular reading for you Geminis. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the King of Wands. Now, if you have fire sign placements, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, moon, rising, or if you're a fire sign sun and you're watching this for a Gemini placement elsewhere, this could be that you're focusing on those areas of your life. But this could also be a fire sign person coming into a situation. Now, the King of Wands can be you stepping into your confidence, stepping into your courage, stepping into your independence, maybe even entrepreneurship. The King of Wands is very much an entrepreneur, and somebody who likes to invest in his community and help other people in philanthropy. I feel Gemini, like a lot of you, uh, like you like nice things. You like nice things like um name brand stuff, right? Like you work hard, so you like to treat yourself here and there with your money. You like to like get nice things for you. And you might be feeling like, you know what, a lot of people that are around me for the wrong reasons, right? Like they'll see my clothes, or they'll see like something I have, and they're getting close to me. They're getting buddy buddy with me for the wrong reasons. But I work really hard for what I have. And I don't want to be around people who are taking advantage of me. I don't want to be around people who are around me because, they think that they're gonna, withhold approval. And I'm gonna jump through hoops like trying to give them stuff or buy them stuff. And so I feel like you might be gravitating towards like charitable causes or organizations where you're wanting to find other people who work hard, but who are also like caring. Like they want to pay it forward. They care about people who are struggling, or they care about, like I don't know. I just kind of feel like you're looking for substance, and you feel like superficial or materialistic people seem to be drawn to you, and you're like, I want to go where there's people that aren't superficial, and I want to go where there's people that aren't materialistic, but I also want to be around people who are like, like they're working, they're grinding, they're doing their thing, right? They're bettering themselves, and they're like you. And so I feel some of you may be like wanting to get into some kind of volunteering or charity kind of stuff, uh, not just as a way of having substance in your life, but to meet people with substance, to meet people who have substance. I feel some of you are also, and it could be because of Mercury retrograde, you're getting really, really nostalgic about family, even if your family or your remaining family, even if you're not super close with them right now, you might be feeling like this resurgence of emotion, of affection, sentimental energy, nostalgia, and you may be seeing the things in your life that have distracted you from family. And so you may be limiting anybody who's getting in the way of that. You may be limiting anybody who has been distracting you from that. Like, I feel some of you are getting into this energy where family is taking precedence. Like, family is first, and everything else is like whatever. You're not going to worry about it. So if you have friends or a partner or somebody who's like complaining about your family, you might just be like, okay, well, you know, the family's not replaceable. And so you just kind of might be like, not having patience or tolerance for that. I feel like a lot of you Geminis, for some reason, are getting really, really focused on family. And so you might be like in this mindset, like if you're dating somebody and you may take them around family, and if they're being catty or if they're being disrespectful in some kind of way, or if your family's like, I don't know about this person, Gemini, you're taking that really seriously. For whatever reason. And I feel some of you may be like, it's not like you've had a perfect family. Like you've had issues with your family, and like we all do. I don't think there's anybody that doesn't have issues with their family. Um but it's like you're really at a place now where you're valuing what family has to say, and maybe in the past you wouldn't have, and now you are. You're like, if family is not okay with this person, then I'm taking that seriously. I feel like a lot of you are putting a lot of weight into family, or maybe you've been with someone and there's been tension between you and family, and now you're like having to make a decision, and you're like, oh, I can't walk away from family. uh if you're cross watching for a Gemini, and if that's hitting home, I'm sorry to say, but if you're cross watching for a Gemini, I'm not going to turn this into a love reading, because I do love reading separate in my channel. But I would just say this. I would just say, you have to make a decision also, because it's like if you're not going to get along with the family, they're going to choose their family. And you might say, okay, that's fine. Then they can be with their family. Uh, but like, just know that it's at that point. I feel it's at that point. And so it's like somebody's going to have to give. And so you can decide if you want to give or not. But I just feel like Gemini is like family comes first. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the Four of Wands. So, as I said, family. This could be also marriage. This could be a returning home, going back home. If you have traveled far away from your family, you may be wanting to go back home. You may be taking somebody back home and saying, hey, what do you think of this person? But there's a sense here, and there's a feeling of stability and security. And those cute little cubs are giving me like a feeling or sense of children. So maybe in the time that you've been away, family has expanded. Maybe you have some like new little cousins or nieces or nephews or grandbabies, and you may be saying it's time to go back. Like I feel like I'm missing a lot. Like the older ones are really aging, they're getting older. I don't know how much longer they're gonna be here. There's all these little ones that are, I'm seeing the pictures and videos, and they're growing up in the blink of an eye, and I'm missing it all. So I feel there may be like a sense of like wanting to go back home or wanting to be near family. I also feel with Gemini, there's something here with self-sufficiency, where you're manifesting having land to work on. And I feel like you're getting into learning how to um uh like grow fruits and vegetables. You may be starting it very small and looking into over time, like raising animals. But I feel here there's something coming together for some of you Geminis in terms of like having land and working land and growing your own food. Now it may expand uh, over the next, few years or several years, where it may even become something where you're distributing, or you're going to farmers markets and selling your goods, or you're like creating a product or making your own essential oils and bottling it and distributing it, or like something like this. I feel there's something like this for some of you Geminis. Now, traditionally, the Four of Wands can be seen as weddings and getting married and festivities and parties, and that can be the case here. Some of you may be receiving an invitation to an event, and this could tell you, hey, you should go, you'll have a good time. Um, and there could be a playfulness here, like a time to play. And I don't know why, I just feel a sense of like wanting to be there for future generations. Maybe like some of you, you've been away and you've healed a lot of trauma and you've healed a lot of stuff and you've broken out of a lot of family cycles. And now you're seeing these little ones and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want them to go through what I went through. And you may be wanting to go back to be like that, that safe adult, that, can give them advice or give them guidance so that they don't have to unlearn the things that maybe you learned growing up. The next card that's coming up here is the Knight of Wands. And so this may be happening very quickly. You might be thinking, oh, like I'll do it in a little while, but something might be happening that is speeding it up. Perhaps there's a special event, and you're saying to yourself, well, there's no sense in me going twice, right? Like, there's no sense in me going to this special event and then coming back and then getting everything and then going back a few months after that. So for some of you, these plans are being expedited. Some of you with this Knight of Wands, it could be where like you're fed up, like you're fed up. You might just be giving people ultimatums about how it's gonna be. Like, if you're gonna be in my life, this is how it's gonna be. Maybe some people are not agreeing with your choices and decisions, and you're just like, I don't care. I don't care. At the end of the day, what matters is family, and anybody outside of that, I don't care. And so there might be this sense of like just like ultimatums or just being very firm in your standing here with this Knight of Wands. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. If you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Please come back tomorrow and check out the card of the day. Every single day I do a daily message. If you want to start the day off with a message, please check that out. If that's not your cup of tea, no worries. Hopefully you'll come back next week and check out next week's forecast. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.